guys, so I got YST joining me today for the story of Ultimate Deathknight. YST, thank you so much for hanging out. How you doing today?
I'm doing well, thanks. First time on the channel. Really excited.
Yes.
Let's go. Deathknight.
Yes. And that's why I thought this would be fun, because everybody knows I've been such a proponent of Deathknight forever. I think ever since I joined the game and I realized he was like the little engine that could, you know what I mean? He's the meme, he's like the butt of the joke, and I don't know, I got a soft spot for like these underdogs, you know what I mean? And then here comes YST also being a proponent of Deathknight. So perfect to have you join me for the story of Ultimate Deathknight.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, for anyone who doesn't know the backstory as well, like, me and Leila first met because of Deathknight.
Yes!
Like, through the Saffron podcast, which was really cool. And it's just wicked to see the round circle, and now we're back here talking about Ultimate Deathknight. Who would have thought? Justice, let's go.
Yes, I love it. So if you guys missed that, absolutely like YST said, it was myself, YST, Hell Hades, Deadwood, Saf, and Michael Neeb, who is the voice actor for Deathknight. I'll have a link down below, but it's the podcast. Check it out, because Michael is such a chill guy, and that was such a fun podcast. And you're right, like, I love this cycle back to where we are after all that.
Yeah, it's really cool. Like, even Michael Neeb as a voice actor, like when he was speaking, it just felt so surreal. I was like, it's just weird how he sounds like Deathknight when he just talks normally as well.
Yeah, it was really fun. I think he did that for us, though. I think he just did that for our benefit.
Yeah, maybe. He just like threw it in there.
So before we get into the lore story, in case you guys missed it, there was the Ultimate Deathknight reveal video. So YST, let's check that out. Okay, guys, hang on.
I can't take it anymore, Mr. Nibbles. It's always, yo, Deathknight, buff my armor. Hey, Deathknight, get yourself sacrificed. Who am I kidding, right? I'm not a champion. I'm a joke. I wish I could show them. I wish I was a legendary champion.
So you have wished. So let it be done. Arise, Ultimate Deathknight.
Yes, it's happening. It's really happening. Dreams do come true. Ultimate Deathknight is in the house. Oh, I look amazing. Get ready, everyone. It's my time now.
Download Raid and get this all-new, totally different Legendary Champion for free.
Wait, what? All new? Oh, come on.
Okay, well, that video definitely, I think, did not go how Deathknight or us thought it was going to go. What do you think was your favorite part of that reveal?
Probably his pajamas and his little hat.
Yes.
It's like, you know, he just slapped it on like, I'm fed up of this, and he's jumped in his little coffin.
Oh.
Yeah, it's hilarious.
Poor Deathknight. Yeah, it's such a good video. I love, you know, Mr. Nibbles was actually like sleeping in a box next to him, so I love they include Mr. Nibbles. Arbiter just kind of coming in like the goddess that she is. Like, that video was just so amazing. And so if you guys are wondering, how does that even match up with the lore story? Well, we're actually going to share that right now. Awakened by the call of the corruption, undead hordes, ghouls, and creatures of the night inhabit the forgotten tombs and dark places of the world and serve as minions to the Dark One. While most are the desecrated carcasses of fallen Solarians, others have lurked in the darkness for centuries, awaiting their time. And once in 1,000 generations comes a champion so pure, so deserving, so beloved, that the Arbiter intervenes to personally reward their virtue.
Deathknight is a champion within his dusty ribcage, beats the figurative heart of a true hero. For thousands of years, he roamed throughout Teleria, witness to the rise and fall of empires. At the great battle of old, he was there, losing, fleeing in the wrong direction, but there. When the forces of light first sailed forth against the minions of Siroth, he stood silent guard over Latrin.
Across the ages, rumors of his struggle to be all that he can be, despite his many, many limitations, spread. First in taverns and market squares, then to the highest courts and councils of the many factions of our world. Finally, these whispers reached the ears of the Arbiter herself. The moment the words of Deathknight's wish were uttered, she knew his time had come.
So it was that Ultimate Deathknight was called into being. His arrival strikes fear into legendaries that have for so long cast their shadows upon the commons of our realm. With his summoning, we bear witness to the creation of a new champion.
He is the manifestation of the love of the good people of Teleria, He embodies all of Death Knight's hopes, dreams, and aspirations. He is also a completely different and totally distinct individual from Death Knight. As Death Knight is all of us, so is Ultimate Death Knight for us all.
Let it not be said that in the dark world of chaos and turmoil, wishes can't come true. Also, when making wishes, it helps to be super specific. Really read it back to yourself, you know? Phasing is important.
Now, more importantly, if you want to hear more from me, the OG Death Knight, don't forget to follow at OG Death Knight on social media. There, I'm done.
Okay, guys, I have to say, just so you guys know, when YST and I are reading this lore, we're kind of just like chuckling in the back end. Parts that had to come out because I think this is the silliest, most humorous lore story I have ever shared. YST, what did you think of this one?
Well, it's my first one, and I was like thinking I was preparing for a theatre show reading that out, but yes, it's a hilarious lore here. I love it. And I didn't actually expect Ultimate Death Knight to be a separate champion like throughout the whole lead up, and just to see the little story of how that all came about is just really cool. I love it.
I like it. I really do. And like we were talking about how the reveal video ties in with this is basically that last line you shared is I feel like this is a cautionary tale of wishes. Like we always hear those like horror stories of, you know, you have a genie with 3 wishes and if you're not careful what you ask for, you could get something that backfires. And I feel like that's kind of what happened here is they made it kind of a joke is that he wanted to be a legendary champion. And, well, looks like he has an alter ego that's actually a legendary champion and not him.
I wonder how Death Knight feels about it right now. He's probably kicking himself like, damn it, I could have just said what I actually wanted. And now, well, Arbiter technically gave him what he wanted, I guess, at the end of the day.
Yes, Arbiter technically did. And, you know, there's some other fun things I like about this. Like, it said that whole line about how he strikes fear into legendaries that have cast their shadows upon commons of our realm. I love that because he has that, was it the A2, the AoE ability where Mr. Nibbles just, you know, he attacks, does decreased attack, and then he fears the Legos. So I think it's hilarious that they found a way to kind of make that silly in the lore and in his ability as well.
Yeah, I like the reflection of the champion in game. Like, for me personally, I knew that Ultimate Death Knight wasn't going to be the biggest game-changing champion in Raid, but the way that they did the lead up and having a really fun kit definitely pours out into this lore as well, and I just love the way that everything ties together. For me, that's what excites me about this game, is like the stories, the backdrops, and just the champion's unique kits in general. So yeah, I'm really chuffed with how Ultimate Death Knight came out, personally.
Yeah, me too. I love it. And, you know, I know there's a lot of people that are kind of, I don't know, on the fence about it, but one way or another, I think he's a fun champion. And I agree with you. Like, I love how they did the build-up. I just like how they did the story. He's free for everybody. He's a free champion, guys. Come on. And, you know, I love how they kind of still made his personality kind of like Death Knight. So it is like he is kind of like an alter ego. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think they just had a lot of fun with that.
Even like when he's just standing in the game in the inventory, when he's just messing around with his helmet, flicking it back, Mr. Nibbles running around. So many little minor details that just gets me excited, man. I love it.
Yes,
so
I
cool.
love it too.
Yeah.
So guys, I hope you enjoyed this story of Ultimate Death Knight. Make sure you guys also toss YST a follow. I am going to have his details down below. And YST, thank you so much for joining me. This was so much fun. I really enjoyed this story.
This one, like when I say overdue in collaborations, this was overdue, so
yes.
I'm really happy we finally did it, and what better time than to celebrate Ultimate Death Knight and a lore story, so thank you so much for having me on.
Yes, thank you so much. Bye, guys.
See y'all real soon. Death Knight out.
Hey, check out some more videos up here in the playlist in the top right.